The road to WrestleMania is definitely heating up as we see continual action from Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton as they finally square off faced a Titantron anyway. We witness the It couple, Miz and Maurice, finally break things down. We enter an interesting factor into WrestleMania, and AJ Styles, Shane McMahon, the brawl to, I don't want to say end it all, but could it? Is AJ fired from SmackDown? We're going to cover all this and more in this week's edition of the SmackDown Rebound. Hello everybody, my name is Conor, aka OKayFabe, your official SmackDown video correspondent for One Wrestling and OneWrestling.com's videos YouTube channel. And welcome back, guys, to another fantastic edition of course, SmackDown Rebound. We're going to cover everything and anything pertaining to SmackDown from March 14th, 2017. I apologize, this video is extremely late. Fortunately, up here in Massachusetts, you guys might know that we had suffered from a nor'easter, another one, because just what we need in March is more snow. So unfortunately, I was out of power. I tried to do a SmackDown review for you guys in time, but unfortunately, it was not meant to be. But now everything is all hunky-dory, and we're back in action. And of course, guys, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and comments and opinions on this week's edition of SmackDown. Make sure you leave them in the comment section or hit us up on the various social media. Of course, you can check me out at Twitter at OKayFabe and YouTube.com/OKayFabe for my YouTube channel. Of course, give love to the entire OneWrestling.com family. All the links for myself, Big Ray, Billy Ray Valentine, everyone over at the Big Slam Nation Sunday, SEGUE, Lisa the Poet, and of course, the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill After. All the links for those are down in the description box below. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you guys like these videos. Of course, subscribe for more awesome One Wrestling video content right here on YouTube. Whew, that was a mouthful. I really gotta work on that whole ordeal. Jeez. Anyway, SmackDown this week kicks off with AJ Styles coming up and basically recapping everything that has happened. I mean, for goodness sake, the guy went through the Royal Rumble and lost to John Cena. Did he get his one-on-one rematch? Nope. Instead, he has the Elimination Chamber. Did he get his rematch from there? Nope, he has a triple threat match. He then goes on to a Battle Royal that he controversially won with Luke Harper and defeats Luke Harper. And after all that, he still has to face Randy Orton and prove himself to be #1 contender. Whereas Randy Orton burns down a house and is granted #1 contendership. To be fair, I'm not going to argue with a man who burns down a house. In case anyone's listening, I'm just throwing that part out there. Anyway, he threatens Shane McMahon, saying that he needs to talk about his career. That's if he even has one. Interesting. In case the official first match of SmackDown Live this week kicked off with Natalya versus Becky Lynch, two of the hardest hitting women in the entire SmackDown roster. These two women basically had a brawl and a very intense physical battle between the two of them. Great in reaction from both women, but Becky actually winning with some sort of intriguing counter where essentially she was trying to, I believe, coming off of the turnbuckle, I could be mistaken on that one, ultimately counters and grabs Natalya's arm, locking her in the disarmor. Of course, Natalya has no choice but to tap out. But the victory was short-lived, however, as Carmella, yes, the Queen of Staten Island, attacked both Natalya and Becky after the match. Carmella with James Ellsworth at her side. I'm still trying to get used to the idea of James Ellsworth being with Carmella, or Carmelsworth as they are called. I can't. Just little weird on that one. Carmelsworth, I almost like Caramello. Carmelsworth exits the ring. Carmella revealing backstage that she said, hey, Daniel Bryan said Alexa Bliss would be defending the championship against all women of the SmackDown roster, and yours truly is throwing her hat into the fray. So now we have 5 women who are confirmed for this match: Alexa Bliss, Natalya, Becky Lynch, Mickie James, and Carmella. Sure to be an intriguing matchup. Again, we don't even know the stipulation or in terms of how this is going to be. Gauntlet style, Battle Royal, Fatal 5-Way. I'm curious what you guys think. Again, let us know down in the comments. Miz TV. We have a Miz TV segment where we were supposed to get the most intriguing and interesting Miz TV of all time. And it stars the best guests ever. Miz and Maurice. Of course, who else would it be? Seriously, the it couple of WWE. Who else would it be? But this time, the spotlight seems to focus a little bit more on Maurice, who basically goes over her heated history with Nikki Bella, basically touting the fact that Nikki Bella prevented Maurice from returning to WWE and possibly even still a return on the Total Divas in the very first season. Oof. Talk about heated rivalry as she continues to spew venom towards Nikki Bella. It didn't take long for Nikki Bella and John Cena to both storm the ring, but Nikki Bella would be the one who grabs the mic, who basically makes the point that if she was trying to block Maryse from coming back and had all this power, Maryse wouldn't be where she is today, and tries to defend herself and says to bring it on and bring things on, but Miz says, oh no, we have nothing to prove. You keep being terrible people and we'll see ourselves out. And that's when Daniel Bryan enters the frame. Now, Daniel says, you know, Miz, when you fail to deliver on Miz TV segments or anything in general, I want to punch you in the face. And when you do my moves horribly in the ring, it makes me want to punch you in the face. And you knowing this and trying to mock me with it really makes me want to punch you in the face. And instead, I can't do it. But I know two people who can. At WrestleMania, the greatest thrill ride ever, or, in his case, the greatest face-punching extravaganza, it will officially be Miz and Maryse taking on John Cena and Nikki Bella in mixed tag team action. Of course, Miz and Maryse were none too thrilled about this. We kind of saw this coming, folks. I think a lot of us saw this matchup on the horizon, and I'm not going to lie, it is somewhat intriguing. It is somewhat interesting. I think Miz has been one of the hottest guys on SmackDown right now. The build is a little lackluster for me, I'll be completely honest, but if we can get more of what we saw when Miz and Cena first started this, the SmackDown not too long ago where they were in the ring with each other promo-wise, if we can get a little more of that, I am all set, hook, line, and sinker. We actually get the second women's matchup of the night. Yes, the first two matches of the show were both women's matches. Alexa Bliss in a non-title match against Mickie James. Mickie, I just got to state again, for the record, wow, just great, great action. Mickie James just looks phenomenal. Alexa Bliss, I thought, was going to win, and she was going for the insult to injury, but Mickie was able to counter the final move and ultimately hit the Mick kick to get the pinfall victory over Alexa Bliss. Big waves coming over in the SmackDown Women's Division. I'm curious to see, again, what's going to go down with that fatal five-way. I don't even know what it is. It's going to be interesting. We don't even know. And is there potential for more women to enter this fray? That is the true question right there. Now, of course, we get to the moment that a lot of people are talking about, a lot of things, a lot of discussion. AJ Styles, who was, of course, looking for Shane McMahon, decides to jump him in the parking lot, beating him to a bloody sense, and then throwing him into a car window, cutting his scalp open and bleeding, not say profusely, but pretty well in any case. As we see Shane trying to basically stumble his way back up, he refused medical attention, but Daniel Bryan, quick to find AJ Styles, says, even though any respect I had for you is gone, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you do, I don't care how good you are, you're fired. That's right, Daniel Bryan has somewhat officially AJ Styles. I say somewhat because of what we get at the end of the whole show, but we're going to get into that in a moment. Mojo Raleigh against Dolph Ziggler, a kind of quick matchup for a SmackDown one. Again, we go back to what happened between Mojo Rawley and Dolph Ziggler backstage last week. We did see that Mojo actually gets the win over Dolph Ziggler via countout as Dolph Ziggler refused to get back into the ring. Again, a nice little mini feud heading into WrestleMania. I'm going to put money down on most likely seeing Dolph Ziggler ultimately be added to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Randy Orton finally speaks about what's been going on with him and Bray Wyatt, what's been going on with him and why he did what he did. He mentioned that he was looking to get revenge on Bray Wyatt and looking to, get the better of Bray Wyatt, and said the best way to do it was do it from the inside, taking long calculated time and choosing the right time and the right moment to strike. And it was at that moment that he decided to destroy Sister Abigail. He says, I wanted Bray Wyatt to feel alone. I wanted him to feel hurt. I wanted him to take everything away from him. Luke Harper, Sister Abigail, and the final piece at WrestleMania, the WWE Championship. And Bray Wyatt cuts one of the most intriguing promos I've ever seen him cut. Now, between you guys and me, Bray Wyatt has a lot of, obviously, Undertaker-esque qualities about him. His promos, deliverance, the darkness, everything about him. But this one seemed a little bit off, even for Bray Wyatt, and basically saying that he's going to reborn himself and baptize himself in the ashes of Sister Abigail. Now, we don't see Bray completely in the promo. He's cut off by a lot of darkness, but it looks like he's taking what I'm assuming his ashes or dirt and just rubbing them all over himself as the promo comes to an end. It's wow, just wow in a lot of ways. It really... Again, I'm at a loss for words a little bit about this because we have never seen Bray Wyatt upset. We've never seen him mad or angry, at least not in a larger scale. And honestly, I thought this is what we were going to get from him. Again, I was a little concerned that we didn't really see Bray Wyatt last week on SmackDown, but this week, a little different, and to be honest, I was very intrigued by it. I don't know what Bray's state of mind is, and gosh darn it all, if it doesn't make me more interested to see exactly what the hell's going to go down between these two. I'm hoping for some sort of physicality. I'm hoping to see Bray Wyatt in the ring one more time before WrestleMania just to see exactly what is going on with him. And it's just bizarre and creepy and weird, and I kind of like it. Anyway, backstage we see Baron Corbin recapping his feud with Dean Ambrose and how he pinned him down with a forklift. Can't make this stuff up, folks. As he mentioned that he thinks he didn't go too far, he does ultimately challenge Dean Ambrose to an Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania. I think it's definitely going to go down, but the bigger question is, what kind of stipulation could possibly hold these two bats in, these craziness? It's going to be bizarre and crazy. Anyway, American Alpha versus the Usos in a non-tag team title match. Meanwhile, while this match is going on, we do see clips of Shane McMahon coming out from the trainer's room after being medically evaluated and making his way towards the gorilla position. Now, the American Alpha versus Usos match, I'm honest with you guys, I wasn't a big fan of this match, and here's the main reason why. I felt that a big part of the reason we weren't into it is because, number one, the Usos are just starting to become tag team contenders for the titles, and while I'm very invested and love the idea of Usos versus American Alpha, I just don't felt like placement-wise on this week's SmackDown it was placed in the most favorable location. Especially, like I mentioned, we're flipping back and forth in our attention between the match and what's going on with Shane McMahon because we want to see, well, why didn't he get medical attention? Why is he still walking around? Why is he just fine with everything? Usos ultimately get the win over American Alpha in a solid match, not their greatest work yet, but it does make me a little, I wasn't that well invested in it, but Shane McMahon comes out mere moments after the bell rings, and I'm not kidding you, within seconds of getting cut off from USA Network as far as time, he says, AJ wants an opponent at WrestleMania, now he has one, and cut, fade to black, Chris Lee knows best, the timing was just too perfect. It was great. That just sold me right there. So it looks like we have Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania, or do we? AJ's still fired. So that's a thing. Is this more questions than answers? Needless to say, the SmackDown really made it, really had some positives, but also did have a couple of things I wasn't a huge fan of, let's just say. The big positives for me was the fact that we had, a lot of great build for a lot of WrestleMania matches. Miz and Maurice against Cena, Shane and AJ, Randy and Bray Wyatt. All that had great ample time to really get some traction behind him. Unfortunately, to be honest with you, the only real critique I had from this was the American Alpha's Usos match, in that I feel like the tag team division hasn't been properly highlighted lately, and now we're starting to give them a little bit of time, but unfortunately we were kind of had mixed distractions between them and, of course, Shane McMahon, and I understand time constraints can ultimately harbinger that, but I just... That was really the only big thing about this one. We had two women's matches this week, almost practically back-to-back. Again, a lot of time built towards that. Mojo Raleigh versus Ziggler. Again, a mini feud heading into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, hopefully to elevate Mojo Raleigh a little bit if he's going to continue a feud with Dolph Ziggler, so I'm all hunky-dory with that one. So, I mean, it gave ample time for some of the bigger storylines and bigger matches heading into WrestleMania, but I just wish that some of the undercard got a little bit more attention, but that's just my own personal opinion. But that's enough of me, guys. I like to hear what you guys have to say. What do you guys think of this week's SmackDown Live? I want to hear your guys' thoughts, comments, all that fun stuff. Favorite match, least favorite match, all that fun stuff. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section. Hit us up on that Twitter, and make sure you follow us on the entire social media from the entire OneWrestling.com family, including myself at OKayFabe, at Big Ray Show, at Obi-Wan, you know me, and of course all the entire social media links for everyone at Big Slam Nation, Lisa the Poet, Sunday Segue, and of course the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill After. Make sure you follow all us on the various social media links are down in the description box below. Hit the thumbs up button if you guys like these SmackDown rebounds. Of course, subscribe for amazing One Wrestling video content right here on the channel. Thank you guys again for watching. Appreciate love and support. I promise I'll be back to time next week. I promise you that one. And to quote the legendary Mr. Bill After, we will see you at the matches. out.